everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Chris. You've reached Chris Loves Luxe, and today is all about Surratt Beauty. As some of you may know, if you've watched my last haul, not only did I go over the things that I purchased in the haul, I also went over the PR package that I received from Surratt. My last Surratt video, when I was trying to do drop foundation and falling in love with it at the same time, as well as the blushes from Surratt, they reached out to me. They asked if I was interested in any other products to try, and I said absolutely. I wanted to try the concealer and the eyeshadow. So they sent me 3 different shades of concealer. So we're going to go over those today, as well as I'm going to show you this look using the eyeshadows that they sent me. So if you're interested in seeing how I got this look, how everything performed, and my final thoughts, I want you to keep watching. But before we get into it, don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. Head over to IG, follow me at Chris Loves Luxe. And with all that said, let's get into it. I'll see you at the end. All right, everybody, I'm back. Here we are, freshly washed face. It is early in the morning and I need to get ready. I have half a day at work today, and then I have to go and actually get to the mall before it starts to get crowded and finish up my Christmas shopping. So we're going to do a full face of Surratt, as you guys know from a previous video. And if you don't know, I'm going to link it above. Surratt did send me some PR, sent 10 different of their artiste chateaus. So I am going to try to use 6 of the 10, if not 9. I think 2, 4, 6, 7 of the shadows. And I swatched them in my haul. So I'm gonna go to that haul that I've already linked and check out the swatches there. I may insert them at the end of the video just so that you can see them. All right, so I'm actually gonna go in with Greige, that's the shade right here, as a crease color. So just so you can see it. So I'm gonna use that as a crease color for both of my eyes, going in with my Sonia G Detail Pro. Eyes already prepped. I do have eye patches on because my eyes is looking beat this morning. So I figured, let me do this. I also have my coffee, y'all. I live for the to-go cup. So I am going to be sipping on some coffee this morning. How many of y'all are coffee drinkers? If I could take it by IV, I would. It doesn't even keep me up. It's just my thing. This is just a simple crease color. As you can tell, it's very much skin tone, slightly cool tone though. So it's a slight cool tone to it. I don't know if you could tell on camera, but I can definitely tell in my mirror here. I'm very excited to see how the shadows work. It blends nicely. It's just laying down nicely. Again, this is a transition shade, so don't expect too much. I'm actually going to go in with my outer corner V first. I'm going to use Truffle for this eye. I'm going to do 2 eye looks. I'm going to use Truffle for this eye, which is this nice dark brown. And I am going to use my Refer 01 brush. Yeah, because I want more precise placement. Picks it up nicely, and I'm just going to put this. I do have fallout right there. I'm actually going to pat that in. Bring that over a little bit. I like that. just want to also put that up there. It's not too dark, but you can build a little bit. It lays down very nicely. Okay. For my lid, I'm going to go in with this green shade called Envier. Look at that. Okay, I'm going to go in with my Refer 02 brush. Whoa, that picked up a lot. See that? Okay. Wow. It's really, really pigmented. We're going to take that around and over. You can definitely see it, that's for sure. Look at that. That's got really good pigment. Okay, Surratt. And it's not, and you can use this wet or dry if I'm not mistaken. And if I wanted it deeper, which I don't today, you can just wet it, wet your brush. Look at that. It's not bad at all, considering I did not wet my brush. I'm wondering if I do wet. Now I'm just one little squirt of my MAC Fix Plus. Wow, yeah. It makes it a little deeper. It's definitely picked up more product. Yeah. Makes it a little deeper, which is fine by me. I don't want to bring it too far over. So I am going to go back in and build up that corner just a little bit more with truffle. Actually, I'll bring this up a little more. I'm actually going to use this brush just to define my eye just a little bit. What I am going to do, now that we see what this looks like just like this, I want to take one of these brighter shades. This one is Satin Salmon, this one here. And I just want to, I'm going to use my flat definer by Sonia G. And I'm going to use a little bit of this. Oh my gosh, it picked up so much. Let me tap that off on my hand. I just want to put some in this inside corner right here. Just a little bit. Now I'm going to, I just want to see what the finger does. It doesn't pick up as much, I don't think, but I just want to put that in the middle. All right, let's go to this eye. This eye here, we've already put down a transition, same transition shade. I am going to go in with this satin black, which is Noir Le Plus Noir. I'm jacking it up, but here it is. It's the black one. I'm going to use the other side of my 01. That picked up a lot of product. And I'm going to place, wow. Okay, I'm going to place it right in here. And I'm going to bring it up some. I'm working around that my eye patch here. Okay, we're gonna leave that like that for now. And for my lid color, I am going in with Minute. It's this blue right here, which I am so in love with. Other side of my 02, and I am going, wow, to pat that in. What a gorgeous blue. OMG. What a gorgeous blue. And it's really pigmented. Okay. I do need to blend this out some. Now, if you notice, when I started blending it, it did pull the pigment right off. Did you see that? Look how it pulled the pigment off. That's interesting. So I'm wondering what the staying power is of the actual shadow. I'm really wondering what the staying power is of the shadow. So what I'm going to do is just deepen this up on the corner, and then I'm going to pull this darker shade over the top, because it did look like it pulled it right off. It's still a lot. Look at how much product is still on my brush though. So I don't know if it's just staining my brush or it's a very pretty color, you know. Very pretty color. This rich deep blue, this is a little lighter of a green. It's not like the green you're gonna see in the Pat McGrath greens. This is a lot different. And I do want to pack this on just a little bit more now that I see the other one, just a little bit. All right, we're gonna go in with this shade Idealist right in this inner corner, just like we did the other one, just to change the look up just a little bit. Lighten up that inner corner just a little bit. I don't know if this is really those lighter shades here, like this one. Not really putting anything into that inner corner like some of my other metallics would do, because this is more like a satin. That's why. So these are more satin than metallic. These are very different eye looks. I recognize that, y'all. Green and the blue, but you know I don't care. And I'm going to just deepen the middle part of my eye. All right, we're gonna leave the eye for right now. Do the rest of the face, because a lot of times I'm not sure how much I'm feeling this look until I get my complexion done. Which means it's time to take this off. We've been on for a while. Yes, it's good and dry. Oh, get the rest of this. Okay. In case you wonder what eye patches I was using, I used the Good Molecules Caffeine Energizing Eye Patch, Hydrogel eye patches. Throw them on in the morning, go on about your way, and when you're finished with your eye makeup, you can take them off. It's good for catching fallout too, so it's another thing. So now, Surratt did send me 3 different concealer palettes. So we have number 5, which is a little deeper. Then I think they sent 4, 5, and 6. Yes, because 6 is really deep. But I'm thinking this shade can be used as a color corrector. And then 4 is relatively light. So let's work it out. So let's see about my using this shade here, the darkest of the number 6, to color correct. And I don't want to use my finger, but I'm gonna have to. This color reminds me of nutmeg. See it? From Clé de Peau. So that's why I'm thinking I can definitely color correct with this dark shade right here. So we're going to attempt that right under the eye. I'll do one side. And we can see. primer is a lot lighter and the dry down is quicker than my Milk Hydro Grip. So I'm liking the primer. I don't know if I'm loving it yet. Give me some more time to figure that piece out. Here I am using the Surratt Dewdrop. This is the foundation side. This Surratt foundation, I absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. And I love this foundation brush because it did not soak up any product, which means it's all on my face. No foundation, foundation. A little more. It literally is dewdrop because it literally just drops. One little drop at a time. Drop. Really? That's the one thing about this foundation. Gotta love it. Okay. That's it. Just gonna go like that, like a light doing that just to get rid of the rest. There's no more foundation. And that color is not terrible under my eyes, but we'll see. Let's put some more, let's put some other foundation, concealer on. I'm going to use this lighter shade for concealer in the 5 palette, and I am going to take it out with my finger. Like so. Put it on the back of my hand. Then I'm going to use a concealer brush to put it on. certainly don't need a lot. All of that blended in very nicely. So you see I have just a little bit. I'll bring it down a little bit. Just trying to get the right amount of coverage for my under eye. All right, now that I've done that, I am going to blend it out a little more with my beauty blender that I've just wet, just to see if it blends out a little better. I prefer beauty blenders for my under eye. That's better. That's a lot of coverage, y'all. Okay, Surratt came for the coverage with this concealer. Okay, do you guys see the coverage going on here? That's a good amount of coverage for me, especially today. It's raining. My mask is going to be on most of the day. Now, in addition to this, you have powder, setting powder. So we're going to use it for the under eye. I'm actually going in with my beauty blender, and I'm going to set it. Oh, wow. It set it. You see, I have a little blemish growing in my under eye right there. Another reason why I needed eye patches on today. I'm gonna go and set right here so you can see. Can you see the difference? It's starting to blur here, and now I'm gonna move it over, and you guys can really watch. It mattified it. It's not looking too dry. It's actually not looking dry at all. It gave me nice coverage. It's not bad. Not bad at all. Now, is it as good as my Flawless Filter by Charlotte Tilbury? I didn't say all of that, right? But I'm not mad at it. So what I'm going to do is go in my Chantecaille in Goa. So this is new in my collection. I just hauled it during the sale. And we're going to put this on, because I do not have a bronzer, nor do I think they have a bronzer. Does Surratt have a bronzer? I don't know. So you can, if those of you that weren't sure if Goa was going to show up on you, like I wasn't, so I ignored it for some time until Vicky J told me, no, girl, it's going to show up on you, don't worry. And she was right. It shows, as you can tell. And I'm going to pull it up just a little bit. It's really not a bad bronzer at all. Okay. So now that we've done that, let's jump into these Surratt blushes. So you guys know how I feel about Surratt blushes. Here are my 6 new ones are now in the palette. I'm trying to see which one which one I am going to use. I am not using this side. I think I'm going to go in on with this one, which is Parfait. I'm just going to go in with Parfait on both sides, both of my sides of my cheeks. Using my Refer, what is this, the 04 brush. The one thing about Surratt blushes, they just go right on the skin. They just blend right into the skin. Y'all hear me say that all the time when I talk about the Surratt blushes. And I'm putting a lot on, y'all, I know. That's because I want a lot on. But you see how, I don't know if you could tell how it just blended right into my skin. Right off of that bronzer. That's a money shot right there. Now, I am also going to use Dior, which is a highlighter, stick highlighter by Surratt as well. Here it is. Let me see if you can see that. And we're just going to dab that on. Finger. We're going to dab that on because, hey, why not? And if you wanted to see what this swatched, that's the swatch. So it's not a very, very dark, there it goes. It's something that it'll show up, but it's not gonna be a bling in your face type of, sorry, I'm not flipping y'all off, but it does give a nice little hint of shine to your face. All right, so I'm going to finish my eye look off camera, pick a non-Surratt lip because I don't have a lip or a mascara from Surratt yet, and I'll be right back. All right, everybody, I'm back. This is the final look. Just to let you know, for this particular eye, the brown just wasn't dark enough for the smoky look I was going for. So I actually had to go in with the black in the outer corner V to smoke it out a little more. because I just, it needed something else. The one thing about these shadows I will point out is they do get sheer. You can sheer these out. So I'm going to give you an example. I'm going to take this brown, and then if I put it on here, right, that's about as deep as it's going to go, right? But the moment you start blending, it gets sheerer. And that's the challenge I was having with this corner with the green. If I did that and I used one of the lighter shades like this one, which I just put my finger in, lovely, then it turns out a little differently, because that lighter shade, let me just, now you can smoke that out because the lid is so much lighter. But with that green, it definitely needed the black, right? That's just how these particular shadows perform. It needed the black. Because once I added the black, which I'll show you, hold on, once I add the black, you see, you can build up the black up. Now you can also shear the black out, right? And you can keep going and shear it out like I did. But with the brown, it just wasn't, it needed some more depth in that corner. So I added the black. I hope that makes sense to everybody. Now, as far as my thoughts around the shadows, I think the shadows performed okay. I'm interested in the hologram collection because I want to see how those, because I understand that those are a little more punchy, a little more edgy. So I do want to try those. These are good for everyday shadows. If you are going to work and you want something that allows you just to have a wash of color, or if you want a purple, for instance, because this is the purple, I did not use this color, right? But if you wanted to use it, but you didn't want it to be as deep as it is in the pan, that's the advantage you have with these Surratt shadows that you don't necessarily have with some of the others, that once you put it on, the pigment is just there and it's staying there. This one, you can build it up, or you can shear it out, right? Which is what we saw when I was applying the blue, and then I took this fluffy brush, right? My Detail Pro, when I went to blend in the transition, it pulled up the shadow. It like blended out the depth of the blue that I had to reapply the blue. Hope that makes sense to everybody. So with these shadows, you can build them up, you can shear them out, right? Understanding that the two darkest shades I believe that they carry is this black and this brown, right? Okay. So that's my thoughts about the shadows. They're okay. Would I recommend them? Yes, if you are not into, you don't like these eye looks on a regular basis, right? Then yes, because the other shadows, I can see them being everyday shadows. You just want to wash a color on your lids and then throw this in the corner and call it a wrap. You would get that from these shadows. Let's talk about this concealer though. This concealer was on the money for me, as my mother would say. It was on the money, okay? I took a little bit, right? And just for sanitary purposes, I didn't want to put my brush in it. And then I put it on my back of my hand, used the brush to apply. I prefer the Beauty Blender. I did both. It blends out better with the Beauty Blender. With the brush, because it's so thick, it was pulling my under eye. So I do prefer the blender. But between the concealer and the shadow, that's all you needed. It gave me all the coverage I needed. The powder blurred it out. It was wonderful. Highly recommend. Highly recommend the Perfectionist Concealer Palette. So you're going to get your shade, a brighter shade, and a powder. Hands down. Yes. Get that. Run, get that. You guys already know how I feel about these blushes. I don't need to tell you guys how I feel about the blushes and the foundation. The highlighter I use is your everyday highlighter. It's not something overpowering that you can't wear every day. So Surratt, y'all did it. Y'all did it with this concealer palette. I'm going to be talking about this and using this in a lot of other videos. So y'all will see this over and over and over again. All right. Let me know down in the comments. What are you thinking? Do you have any of these products? If you do, what are your thoughts? If you don't, are you interested in getting some of it? Let me know down in the comments. If you haven't done so already, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Head over to IG. Follow me at Chris Loves Lux. And the most important thing is to stay safe, stay healthy, and stay tuned. I'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.